Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCulla here. Wednesday, of course, is the next council meeting. Here to preview what's going to go on is, of course, the council chairman, Ms. Jessica Domangue. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having
We
me again.
appreciate it. Always a busy time. But a big topic that we'll talk about is it's going through there. There's a lot of talk in the parish. I know this because I'm selling a house, right? And a lot of realtors, a lot of people that are worried about interest rates, flood zone, flood maps, regular insurance. That's going to be a big topic because the FEMA is forcing Terrebonne Parish to either rectify these maps that they've been having since the 1980s, or not be able to sell flood insurance anymore. So
Yeah.
can you talk about what you guys have to handle?
Yeah, so it went through committee 2 weeks ago, and then this Wednesday, we have to accept FEMA's maps. So we have to accept that. We reached out to Garrett Graves' office because all of us said we don't want to do this. This isn't something that we want to do. We know what financial burden it's putting on the residents of Terrebonne Parish. I've talked to so many people about this. We're all in the same boat, myself included. We all are being impacted greatly by this. And I want to read for the people verbatim. I think transparency is very important. And I want to read for the people of Terrebonne Parish what was sent to us by Garrett Graves' office. All right. So if Terrebonne chooses not to adopt the maps, here's what would happen. 1, FEMA would schedule a community assistance visit to try to find a remedy. FEMA would then put them in probation, meaning the Terrebonne Parish, and notify everyone in the parish who's in a special flood hazard area that their bills would go up by $50. They would have to do a media and congressional notification. FEMA would then notify Terrebonne what they have to do during the probationary period to return to good standings with the MFIP. In this case, likely tell them they have to accept the new flood maps or get off probation. Next, if Terrebonne were to take remedial measures during the probationary period, the FEMA regional director would have the option to recommend suspension from the NFIP. Additionally, residents of Terrebonne Parish in SFHAs, I'm not sure what that means, would have to be limited in what non-NFIP individual assistance would they be eligible for in the event of disaster, meaning they're going to take our insurance away. Probation's pretty serious. Short answer, it could likely lead to a suspension from the National Flood Insurance Program, right? Sorry, that's what NFIP is. Terrebonne does have options, though. The maps can still be changed in 2 cases, both for the individual properties or for the larger areas where the parish can demonstrate that something in FEMA's data is wrong, and that's what we're working on. If it's an individual property that they don't think should be in this SFHA, they can submit a letter of map amendment. If they think there's a bigger group of properties that's not right, they can request a physical map. But I want to read again. Probation is pretty serious. Short answer, it could likely lead to suspension from the National Flood Insurance Program, meaning that if we don't accept this tomorrow night, FEMA could wipe us all out of the flood insurance program. That's not something that I'm willing to do for the people of Terrebonne Parish, and we are fighting it. We've joined Jeff Landry and other coastal parishes as well as other states in this lawsuit against FEMA, and administration is doing some things as well. I spoke to Parish President Dove prior to coming in today. We're going to be releasing something tomorrow to explain to the people of Terrebonne Parish what it is that we're doing. I'm not at privy to say because that is an administrative function. However, it's going to come out tomorrow, and guys, we are not doing this because we want to. We're doing this because our hands are tied. And I would never, ever want to jeopardize anything for the Terrebonne Parish residents, especially when I know that they're already going through so much.
Right. Well, if you don't take it and FEMA just doesn't acknowledge the flood insurance, then your mortgage you're going to have problems with your mortgage anyway. The problem with everybody that has a house that's not in a flood zone that may soon be in one, if you don't have any kind of mortgage, then you're going to be forced to buy flood insurance. You're not going to be able to just not have it unless you own your home outright. So
Right.
that's the big issue is there, and then you fall into the next range, the risk rating 2.0, right? Then they can raise it 17%
And that's
year.
what we've joined the lawsuit on, is the risk rating 2.0.
Right.
And so Jeff Landry's office is moving forward with that lawsuit. And so we have faith in Jeff. I mean, obviously he's running for governor, and so of course we have faith in him. So let's just have faith that the right thing's going to happen. We have a new insurance commissioner, Tim Temple.
Right.
He went unopposed. The other guy who was running against him dropped out.
Right.
I have faith in Tim. All of my friends who are in the insurance business love Tim. They think that he's got a great plan to move us forward. I'm actually meeting Tim tomorrow, and so I'm hoping that I can convince Tim to come to one of our council meetings and talk to us about his plans. But I feel as though we're moving in the right direction. However, this is something that has to happen for the people of Terrebonne Parish.
The Landry lawsuit was trying to at least put a restraining order where they couldn't move forward with the new flood maps or the new risk rating 2.0. The judge at one time wanted to see FEMA's notes within 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks had passed, and now she's even talking about dropping the lawsuit because FEMA's filed a 90-page document to actually drop the lawsuit. So I guess when will we find out about that?
That is all within the privy of what the Attorney General's office does. And so I would imagine that they would then file a motion to continue. I mean, that's kind of how these things work.
Okay.
But of course, I can't speak for the Attorney General.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more with Jessica Domangue right after this.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCulla here. We're speaking with Jessica Domangue, talking about the council meeting for tomorrow night. That'll be on Wednesday, August 23rd. So other things going on. You guys got elections going on that people may be running for election, maybe running for other offices. But I guess it's that time of year too, where you guys are politicians, where you got to do these kind of things.
Yes, we all are very, very busy. As you know, I'm running for House District 53. But I would like to congratulate my dear friends John Amity and Carl Harding, who both went unopposed. Those guys worked so hard for the parish. I'm so proud of them. I also want to congratulate Kevin Champagne, who went unopposed in District 5. Mm-hmm. So that's the area that I represent. Kevin and I are dear friends, and I'll be there to support him every step of the way. And we're going to work so well together. And hopefully we can get Kevin on maybe after the election, and we can discuss some of his plans and some of the ways that we're going to work together to continue the work that we've done in District 5, which has been so important. There is one other agenda item on tomorrow night's agenda. We're going to be talking about the burn ban. I know you've seen it. I just shared something that came out from the governor's office today. We have had unprecedented heat and dry weather. We did get a little bit of rain yesterday, but it was not even enough to quench our thirst or quench the grasses.
Let the weeds grow.
Yeah, it didn't even do anything, right? I mean, everywhere I go, it's dead grass everywhere. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. But that burn ban is so important. Right. And this weather, according to the professionals that I've been speaking to, we're going to be in this pattern till about mid-September. Now, I'm not a meteorologist, but the people that I speak to, they have to follow this because our engineering friends, they have to follow this for the hurricanes. Mm-hmm. So it's a kind of a double-edged sword for Terrebonne Parish.
I will take this.
Right.
I don't mean it, but I'll take this over hurricanes.
Yeah, and it's kind of forming a block. A high is a block, and so all the storms are going to go around that high.
It's El Nino.
Right, exactly. Right. So while we're going to be in unprecedented heat, we're also going to be protected from hurricanes. So I'm with you. I can go another year without a hurricane. However, we can't handle forest fire. We're not
Right.
equipped for that.
Look, Washington Parish just had one. They had
Right.
one in St. Tammany Parish.
They also
It's
had
right by
some-
the interstate.
They had fires in Lafayette. I was told that there was some fires due large due to somebody burning things in their yard. So guys, it's very, very important
get away.
that we do not burn. They also say take any chains off of your vehicles that may spark. The governor's office is also saying don't even cut your dry grass because it can spark as well. So just heed those warnings. If you need to, go to the Office of Emergency Preparedness website. They explain what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed. That's not the word I want to use. But what their recommendations are for burn bans, because we're not used to this. We don't live in like California where they have to deal with these things a lot. And so I just think it's real, real important we stay hydrated. Keep an eye on your elderly neighbors who, may get sick when they're in the heat. And if you're in the heat, absolutely hydrate. We've been walking in this heat, and it is hot, and you get hot real quick. And we were walking last week. I had to tell my husband I need to take a little break because I'm feeling a little lightheaded, just because it's so incredibly hot. We bring Gatorade with us to make sure that we stay hydrated. But we're not used to this, and so please, guys, let's not have a fire.
Well, it can happen really quick too. I mean, and not to draw a parallel, but Hawaii, look, you get winds that are coming down off of those mountains, and then you don't take care of the debris and the hot things. That's what started that thing in Hawaii. We here, and like I said, we lost, a citizen up in Washington Parish whose house, same kind of deal, just off the interstate. Might have been a cigarette that started it, but it takes off right now, and there's nothing to stop these things when you got a little wind behind them. So.
Yeah, they also say the governor's, the Office of Emergency Preparedness says don't throw cigarettes. I know we have a huge problem in this parish with litter, but please, whatever you can do, keep a can in your car or whatever you want to do to, if you smoke, just don't put those out on the ground, because even if you put them out, you don't know if you've actually put it out all the way, and it can just ignite something, and we would hate for something terrible to happen like that.
You said you've been walking, so that's political talk for getting out and meeting people. Is that what that is, or is that exercise?
Well, I do exercise, but I joke with people. I've been holding on to this like COVID-15 for a couple of years. We all kind of had it from being locked up, and so I finally get to get it off because I'm walking. And but it's been great meeting so many people and just traveling to different areas and. Spreading our message, and we're all doing it in our own way. It's kind of the fun part of this job is just being able to be with the people and talk to the people, and that's why we all do it, is because we love this parish, and we just want to see us have a better future, and I think that's why you see 8 people in the parish president races, because we all want the same thing. We all want Terrebonne Parish to be a great place.
Yeah, look, and politics can be a contact sport sometimes, but you guys are all citizens. You're all trying to do to better the parish, and I think you all kind of feel that when you're amongst each other. Most of you guys talk to each other, and like Willie Trotskler was saying, he had a tragedy in his family, but he heard from both of you guys that you're competitors, but you're also citizens, always wanting to do something better.
Yeah, I saw Mr. Willie this weekend, and my heart does go out to his family. But look, I gave him a bear hug. I mean, he just grabbed me and gave me the biggest hug. We're dear friends, and we're going to continue to be friends. I'm not one to say negative things about my opponent. And so if you ever hear that I do say those things, call me, because it's probably a rumor. But we're just all trying to do what's best for the Terrebonne Parish.
All right. Well, get Jeff Landry's lawsuit going. Right?
Yes.
Thank you, Jessica.
You're right.
We appreciate it. We'll
Thanks.
be right back with more Bite Time right after this.